Alright, so totalities. Totalities are basically what I like to call anything that implies you have sort of an omnipotent view on a subject, a godlike, stance on it. Things like everyone, nobody, always, never, only, things like that, which imply that you have seen it all and that you know it all and that you have some concept of how something relates to everything else. Usually. You see, the hard part about these totalities and avoiding them, or in a sense, keeping things generalized, is that it's really annoying, or it could be really annoying. You can hear me already doing it, or maybe you can't. You always have to say the opposite, or maybe you don't. Maybe you can assume it, maybe you can't. It really becomes, if you want to not use a totality, it seems to become, in my view, a situation in which you have to constantly tell people that it's just what you think right now. And that's, fine. It's not so much that understanding and recognizing totalities is useful for making it so that everything you say is unquestionable. Because even if you say both sides of something, it'll raise the question, how do they both exist at the same time? Which is probably another video coming up, opposites and dualities and yada yada. A big place, though, where this comes into play is when people talk about themselves and other people. I do this, I am this, they are that. Uh, am, this is, things like that. These are totalities. This seems to be. I seem to do this, they seem to do that. I have seen them do this, I have seen myself do that. That is, if you really want to get away from totalities, use observations. Just, like science. Science is a really great example of a field that uses observations rather than totalities. The big problem with it is that a lot of times you will be generalizing, and or anyone will be generalizing, or someone. It's happened, I can tell you that much. um, and the generalization will be put forward as a totality. I hate dogs, and then you're talking to a dog lover. Well, you don't really hate dogs because that's every dog. Have you met every dog? Like you can't say something like that and actually really be true. But a lot of times people will use a totality and stick to it. And this is where a lot of misconceptions about other people and ourselves come in, which is the next video I'm going to talk about. The perception of I and its distortion, and the perception of others. So that's basically totalities, though. They're worth avoiding. At the same time, it would be such a pain. I think it would be such a pain if we constantly, or most of the time, tried to avoid using them, or didn't use them at all, or whatever, because you'd have to say so much more to say the same thing, in a sense, as long as the other person is capable of having a totality filter and recognizing that you're only saying one part of it, and then, you know, figuring out the rest from there. The other thing is, it's just so much easier to, like, lean back, bombard someone with words, hope it hits the point you're trying to hit, and if it doesn't, continue on, because, life doesn't need to be quite so stressful as 100% accuracy. Thanks for watching.